Hi guys, today we're swapping out a Watts 009 M2 to a 375 plastic model. This is an invulnerable area for theft, so we're going to put the plastic one in. A little size different there, so we're going to change out these nipples as well. So we already got our meter off over here. The customer side didn't shut off all the way, so we had to shut off the city side as well. So we got the meter down, we drained out number 1 test cock there. I left the number 2 shutoff valve open, the drain back pressure coming in this way throughout the number 4 test cock. And now we're ready to replace it. Alright, so I got multiple unions right here. I got one on the inlet, one on the outlet down here, and then I got this one here on the regulator. I'd rather just change this one out because usually I have issues taking apart the union and putting them back together. Get leaks and everything. You can always see that someone put TEFLON on here, so I'll probably had issues in the past. So this is sealed with a gasket, so I'd rather do that. And for these ones, you try to use channel locks. Sometimes you got to use a pipe wrench, but pipe wrench will end up crushing this and egging it out. So just get channel locks on there. It should be able to get it nice and tight. So I'm going to spin this 90 off this nipple while everything's hooked up here. I'll break it down piece by piece. So I'm getting rid of this nipple and this nipple. Alright, so to get this 90 off, pipe wrench on the 90, and whatever you don't want to take off, put your backup. Always put your backup on here. You're going to end up snapping something in the ground, breaking something you don't want. So make sure you're pulling up, keep the wrenches nice and close together. If you can get them that close, good. You don't want to be this way because you're just fighting yourself here. You'll end up fighting each direction and you're going to end up snapping the pipe. So keep one here and close here, so your hands are nice and close together. Pull up on your back up there, just nice and snug, and then push down on the 90. And on leverage tools, the length, use the butt end of it so you have all the leverage, less strength needed. This is the gasket, looks good. We're going to reuse that one, so keep that aside. It's nice and loose, so we're going to use our hand. Don't need the backup anymore. We're going to reuse this whole piece here. And then my wrench is already set up, so I'll end up using this 2-foot pipe wrench as my backup because now I'm backing up the 90. So now I'm removing this nipple as well, and I want to reuse this 90, so I put the backup on the 90, and then I'll put this wrench on here. I only switch the wrenches around because they're already sized up to meet the nipple and the 90. So again, grab your leverage, apply a little upward pressure, and then push down. Go up, push down. Okay, that feels nice and loose, so let's do the rest by hand. And this is now scrap. Not that much. I'll give you like $8. Alright, whenever we are replacing assembly, we want to flush the line out, get all that debris out of there, because last thing we want to do is just ruin our new backflow assembly. Alright, so now it's time to put some Teflon on our nipples. So how you put Teflon on them, so you're going to go under, right? Don't go over this way where it's kind of pulling itself out. You want to be able to make it tight. So if you're right-handed and you're always going to have the threads in your left hand. So remember it, keep the edge of the Teflon in the center, and then get it nice and tight. You should be able to pull this snug. Goes up and over. If you're trying to pull like that, it's going to start reeling itself out. So remember, it's underneath and then backwards. So keep the end of it in there, and then go to the front of your threads, just right on top. Don't go over. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, center, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Then when you break it off, you want to grab a hold of the Teflon on each end where you're going to break it and pull there. And then take your hand, tighten it all up. All right, let's do the rest of these. Okay, got our Teflon on. Now it's time to add some pipe dope here. I just got the Mega Lock here. Some people use the Blue Monster. It's all good. The Teflon made nowadays, sometimes you don't even need to put this pipe dope on here. But add a little layer. Pipe dope, you don't need to put a lot. If you look in there and see it's a little watery, just give a little mix up here. Take it out. Don't need that much on there. Just a light brush and go in the direction that it's going to spin in. Same direction as the Teflon. So don't go backwards, you'll end up peeling off that Teflon tape. Just a nice layer around. Alright, so I'm going to get the latex gloves on, get my first nipple, so I just don't want to make the best of the backflow, so get that everywhere, get the pipe dope everywhere, so I'm just going to use gloves. Get that first nipple in here, sometimes you got to work it back and forth. There we go, grabbed. Get it in by hand, make sure you got a real good connection on there. And then we'll take our pipe wrench. Okay, starting to get a little snug. So make sure you get your backup on there. Put a little pressure on your backup, not a whole lot. And then nice and tight. Now, unless you need that extra space, that extra couple threads, you don't have to go crazy tight. Just get it nice and snug, like half threads in there. You know, half the threads is going to go in the backflow there. Sometimes you get a little more if you need a little more. If your space here ends up being a little longer than you expected. All right, time for the backflow. Backflows, there's an arrow in the direction of flow. So if you're ever confused on which way it goes, it's always an arrow. Look for it on ball valves, look for it on the body, side of the body, wherever, but there's usually an arrow on all the backflows. So turn that off, just so they don't get in my way. And again, get it as far as we can by hand. Good. And I'll get the pipe wrench on there as well. And then I'll just keep the backup right on the 90 there. I don't need to do it on the nipple because I'm okay with it spinning a little bit more. So we'll do another rotation. The nipple and the backflow are all kind of spinning and locking in at the same time. All right, so let's take it back a little bit. If you went a little too far, it's all right. Just let it back a little bit, just like that. Torpedo would work best here, but looks like we are nice and level. And we are ready for the next nipple. it on by hand. And now I'll put the backflow, the backup on the backflow, because I don't want this backflow to spin anymore. Adjust that pipe wrench. Right. Once it starts getting a little snug, I'll start putting more pressure on my backup wrench. And it feels pretty good right there. Alright, now we have our old 90 here. The thread's a little messed up. Take a wire brush to it, but the threads look okay. Lift up, spinning on the union over there. Be careful doing that kind of stuff. Back up on the pipe. Tighten this. Ring back on. Or gasket, sorry. Then we are short. So I just gotta get a little longer nipple for that one. Be right back. Alright, it looks like we got it in. Don't forget to put your gasket in there. And you're still by a gasket, just use channel locks. You don't have to go crazy, just get it snug. Like right there. Real quick tip here. If you want to know if you're using the channel locks the right way, just have it there. You should be able to press on them with one finger. That's how you know you're using them the right way. If you're using them the wrong way and you're going backwards like this, you press one finger, you can't do it. Because if you pull this way, this starts opening up like that. And you're kind of trying to hold it shut. So, little quick tip. If your channel lock stop and I could tighten it with just a finger on that side, you're using the channel locks the right way. So anyway, let me explain what I did here. Luckily, I got these long, hard nipples ready to go at any time in my van. So I threw that in there, used the nipple off the old backflow just to get my spread here. I was able to line it up and put the union on. So now we're ready to get the water on. Don't forget to leave your #1 test cock open. Just to bleed that air out as you turn the meter on. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey, master tip here real quick. Put your test fittings on your test cocks when you start filling up the line. That way you can control where the water goes. And it's not just shooting up everywhere or squirting at you. So if I lift this on, my meter's right there. So it's just gonna spray me right when it turns on. So might as well get some control over these. Boom, Leatherman right there, what's up? So we will get the city side on first. There we go, starting to get some water out of there. Not going to get much more pressure out of that. Turn that all the way on. Now we'll start opening up our customer side of the meter. A little bit, get a little more pressure shooting out of there. There we go. Get that air all out of there. Fully pressurized. Now we can turn that meter all the way on. Now, leave your number 2, 3, and 4 test cock on. Check for leaks here first. I don't see any. It looks like we got a good connection here. So now these new ball valves are a little tough to turn on. So let's give it a few taps. There we go. Starting to hear water. You hear it? Yeah, let it flow just like that. No reason to rush this. Just let it fill nice and slow. All the air shooting out. See how like white it is? It's all air. Any debris that might get in there. Okay, starting to have a good flow there. So we'll give it just a little bit more. And use a little pipe wrench to tap it. Now you can shut off the number 2 test cock. Let those all flow for a second. 3 off. And 4 looks good too. Oh yeah, put that number 1 on. Now test it and get the water on. It's irrigation. This line has been down for a little bit. This line has been down for a little bit, so it's totally dry. So after testing, we're gonna get it on. I'll show you how to do that. Just do the same thing with filling the backflow. Just a couple little taps there. And hey, look at that, we're spraying out of our union. So now we'll start. So looks like our gasket didn't set very good, so we're gonna shut that off and rework that gasket. Okay, get that on. I'll spin it out this way. Let's see what happened there. Lift up and over. Okay, sitting there. Sitting nice and flush. Okay, screwing on nice and snug. I like it. I like it. I like it. Alright, channel locks, not pipe wrench. And it's starting to spin here, so we'll put it back up right down there. Use my knee. Alright, let's try that. So far so good. Alright, filled up a lot quicker than I thought. They must have their irrigation down over there. Check it out, dude. Okay, yeah, they have a valve right here, so it's off right now. So, boom. So that is easy way of swapping out watts with the 375. Goes pretty quick. You could always get it done within half hour, 45 minutes, and make a few grand. Thanks for watching.